What's up, everybody? This is Zenith Kisare, the Archangel Feather. Welcome back to my channel for another Angel Feather replay. I managed to get a few games in today, so I've got some recordings that's going to be coming up, and these were games with DNAngel's new changes. Primarily the big change is simply that I took out the critical triggers, the generic ones for Happy Bell, no heals. So 8 stands, 4 criticals, 4 heals, and we are having fun with it. This replay is going to be Angel Feathers versus the Aqua clan, and specifically Thavas. Somebody tell me the pronunciation. I have no idea, but we're going to go ahead and put this into play. And last time I did notations and did a voiceover on something a little different. So I'm going to kind of go with that a little bit today. I'll do some voiceover about the game later, but for the first part, there's nothing really going on, and the notations will be enough to explain it to you. Now, Aqua is one of those clans that is on my list of clans that, while I respect the player, I do not like the clan. Not that it's a bad clan or anything. Aqua is actually a really great, really strong clan, as a matter of fact. Their strong point is with early pressure, as you're seeing, where my opponent is able to launch multiple attacks on me, and it's so early in the game that I'm losing cards and taking a pretty decent amount of damage. But I get fortunate enough that I've got the cards to guard myself. I focus on his rear guards. I managed to get a heal trigger. I'm keeping the game pretty even. And another factor that's helping me, I didn't realize until I watched the replay for myself, his hand is just loaded with grade 3s. His guarding factor is next to nothing, which that ultimately comes into play for me later, in that because he can't guard himself, I'm able to get the win faster than I expected. But I end up forfeiting the grade 2 gameplay, in that I know I can't keep up with him much longer, with him having multiple grade 2s that are attacking me. So I go into Gabriel, go ahead and let him have the first stride, and it's a pretty effective stride for him, effective turn all overall, simply because he manages to deal me another point of damage, drops some cards out of my hand, and wipes out Metatron. The only thing about it, if he would have tried focusing a little bit more, I think, on criticals rather than stands, because as you're seeing here, he's got triple stand on his drive check, which was pretty effective against me. But at the same time, if he would have taken one of those stand triggers and put it onto his other rear guard, he could have had another attack to come at me with, instead of piling everything onto this. But at the same time, either way, it still would have been a 2-card loss from my hand, because this one here could have cut me for 5,000 shield, this one would have cut me for 10,000, or as he has it now, this one cuts me for 15,000. In addition to that, if I make the wrong choice off of Thavas' skill, where he chooses multiple rear guards and I choose one to retire, he can take more cards out of me that way. So ultimately, as you're going to see after I check the ruling, because I'm the dodo that doesn't think of the golden rule, you target what you can, resolve the effect as possible. So I'm taking a moment to check that out in the game itself. But after confirming that he is able to use the skill, I take out Metatron, because that's the only target Tidal Assault can attack, and it's better to go ahead and get rid of that target rather than take another minus for myself. I was thinking he would use the Tidal Boar Dragon skill to call his booster behind of Tidal Assault to get another pressure point on my Vanguard, but I was wrong. And even if he had, I would have taken the damage and just moved forward. I probably would have taken the damage and went into Raziel because of the Broken Heart that was in my damage zone. And I make a little mistake here. I'm bad about getting ahead of myself. I used Gabriel's ability, didn't put the cards back, so I had to reshuffle again, as you see here. But I end up getting out the Broken Hearts, using 1 Life Rose, 1 Azrael. I considered using Happy Bell to grab the other Life Rose and put out pressure, but in my mind's eye, at the time, he was pretty well off in that he only had 3 damage and a decent sized hand. But again, I wasn't aware how many grade 3s he had. And then I hit my critical trigger, pushing him to 5 damage. And because Uriel landed the hit, Uriel was able to call the 1000 Ray to boost the Nurse of Broken Heart that just stood up from my previous attack, thanks to Life Rose on drive check. Ultimately, this was too much for him, and the game was over on my first stride, which to me was mind-blowing. I never expected to win on a Uriel turn, but this is Card Fight Vanguard. Anything can happen. So As always, link will be in the description below, so if you have Cardfight Area, you can download this replay and watch it at your own speed and leisure. Thank you guys for watching today. I'm going to see if I can get another video posted tomorrow. And as always, this is Zenith Keys-Ray, the Archangel Feather, signing out. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, anything you want to do, comment, you know. Yeah. Okay, I'm cutting off the video. Signing out.